Hello and welcome back to the second part of our Introduction to Planetside 2 series. I'm joined, of course, by the other half of Two Angry Gamers, Bong, who should be seated here.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh yeah, he's there. Just a quick recap on the last video. We covered a lot about the map and capping and things like that. Some of it is outdated now. Mainly the stuff about the map, although it's still relevant. The way it's displayed is slightly different.
Delicious pies of influence.
Yes, no chocolate bars. Apple pies, and also the certifications have changed.
Yeah, so rather than having Araxium to purchase your weapons with, you use certifications for that now. And for every 250 experience, you get one certification.
I think it's a good idea because it means that all your weapons and all your upgrades for everything you can get is all neatly typed up in a neat little package. But yes, this video is about classes, and that's what we're going to go into right now. The Lysol is a class you want to play if you want to get stuck into the enemy. It's a short to medium range class that favours the assault rifle and also has access to a jetpack, the only class that does have access to a jetpack in Planetside 2. You can use this to flank enemy positions or dip and dive across rooftops and structures. It does have fuel, which will go down when you do a jump by holding space, you can see here. They also have access to different utility things such as C4 and flash grenades and things like that. These can be incredibly effective in the right situation, sort of diving around, taking out tanks that are stationary, spawn points such as the Sunderer, or just generally causing havoc and causing an absolute mess up for the enemy soldiers. As you can see here, I've thrown a flash grenade into a group of unsuspecting enemies who are absolutely hating it right now. They don't know what's going on. That guy's licking the wall. He's like, what the fuck? I just sort of knife that guy a bit, and he's like, what are you doing, mate? Shoot him as well. Then I do a sort of backflip here over that guy, and he didn't expect that, I'll tell you that. And then he dies. I do have a cautionary tale for light assault, though. Who remembers this from the Planetside 2 cinematic? I'll just play this. Okay, well that was super cool, but let's see that applied in real life. Oh shit, I'm gonna C4 that fucker! Oh god!
Get him! Get him! Come on! Yes! Oh no!
Not quite the same result as the video, but pretty cool nonetheless.
The combat medic. One word means war, the other means doctors and nurses. But the combat medic isn't a namby-pamby, flimsy warrior. He's like Daniel Jackson in SG-1. He's supporting the other characters, the main leading roles. He's healing people with his green fairies. I think they're meant to be nanites. And you're reviving teammates. That's your main job. Keep people alive, get them back into the fight. For every person you revive, you get a lot of points, but you also keep the war moving forward. Your main ability is a AoE heal over time, which will heal teammates in the general vicinity around you. You're not just there to revive teammates, although let me stress, that is your job. What really puts the combat in Combat Medic is the arsenal. The mid-range carbines do serious damage to other infantry targets. Look at this absolute stunning piece of... No, he's missed. Pistol! He's got it. Combat Medic has done his job. Although I do advise having more than one medic in the squad, because occasionally there's the odd little accident. Oops.
The Max is an enormous suit of powered armour that your character can equip by going to one of the weapon way stations at any point you own. This makes it kind of a hybrid between vehicle and class, as you do need to spend resources in game to be able to get one. The max can be customised with a number of different weapons, from anti-infantry, anti-tank and anti-air guns. This in theory should make the max a pretty versatile piece of equipment, but to be honest I find the whole thing rather lacking in firepower. The max does have its own special ability, which when activated with your ability key will propel you a short distance, enabling you to close the gap on enemy positions. This is particularly useful for max as its main problem is it suffers from a lack of range, with the exception of the anti-air gun. The max can take an enormous amount of punishment, however it's worth noting that to get healed you'll need an engineer nearby, not a medic. Overall I think the max could do with a little bit of love from the developers, as it seems lacking compared to the other classes.
The Engineer is my favourite class in Planetside 2. It's the most versatile class, a great infantry killer, with rifles, submachine guns, I think, that's probably what they are, a pistol. You can supply ammo to your teammates out of tiny boxes, infinite ammo. Lockdown points with turrets that provide great suppression and a little bit of a physics box to block people with. You've got C4, sticky grenades, anti-tank mines, the list goes on. You can heal base turrets if things are under attack. You need to get the defences back online. You're the man to do it. You can heal maxes mid-combat from the shadows. You can also heal objectives, spawn points and stuff like that. Shields. You can rep them back up. You can rep tanks. Use the tank as cover. Rep the tank. Use the Sunderer as cover. Rep the Sunderer. Keep your teammates spawning. You're the hero of the fucking game. You're going to win the game, basically. Play Engineer. Play Engineer! Sometimes things don't always go to plan as an Engineer, but nobody can blame you. You're a one-man army. You're pretty much winning the war on your own.
The Heavy Assault is Planetside 2's primary anti-vehicle class. However, they also use an LMG, which is good at short, medium and long range. It can also deal damage to lightly armoured vehicles such as the flyers like the Mosquito there. However, if you want to play Heavy Assault, you need to learn to use your rocket launcher. This is the main meat and potatoes of the class and is what you'll be using the most as a Heavy Assault. The rocket launcher is effective against all armoured targets, including the max, and will also certainly do a lot of damage to any infantry you manage to hit. There is also a lock-on rocket launcher to be earned through certifications, as well as an anti-air missile launcher. Mainly though, you'll be on the ground battling tank battalions, keeping them away from your base like we can see here, making sure they just stay away. The Heavy Assault can also make use of a shield that can be activated with your ability key, which will absorb damage. This is incredibly useful for close range combat situations, or if you just want to get out of trouble really quick. It can also be used to absorb full damage so you can jump from high places. The Heavy Assault is a manly class for men, so remember that when you choose it.
The Infiltrator is every 15-year-old boy's wet dream. He can sit on a hill for as long as he wants, taking pot shots at the enemy without ever having to so much as glance at a woman. But seriously, the Infiltrator does have a very valid place in Planetside 2. A good Infiltrator player knows that, as well as being deadly at range, he's a valuable reconnaissance asset to the team. Using his special ability, he can go invisible like the Predator from that Alien film spin-off, and infiltrate, hard to reach places and take out pesky elements of the enemy team that might be raining missiles down onto your tanks in the valley below. As I mentioned earlier, reconnaissance is extremely important and a really big part of being an infiltrator. You need to let your team know what's at the point ahead. You've got reconnaissance darts that you can tag enemies and their vehicles with, which will make them show up on the radar for your boots on the ground. You can hack the enemy spawn points and their turrets. You know, if you're attacking a point, let your team spawn a tank or turn a turret on the enemy and you're going to turn the tide of the battle. In conclusion, pretty good, but pretty virgin.
So there we have it. Those are the classes. Them they be. All 6 of them, glorious that they are. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to press the like button.
Subscribe, share with your cat.
Yeah, do all that. I hope it was informative and also comical, because that's what we strive to achieve here at the 2 Gamers office of our separate bedrooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the next video, what will we be talking about, Bong? I can't...
Well, the next video will hopefully be touching upon vehicles. Something I like, as it means I don't get shot so easily.
Vehicles, tanks...
Helicopter planes.
There's a helicopter.
VTOL takeoff. Yes, there is.
Until next time.
Bakla!
Goodbye.